You woke up today, but did you wake up? You are running on old software default settings coded by fear, trauma, and other people's expectations. That trauma, it's a cage. That fear, it's just a file. It's time to locate the source code. It's time to look past the illusion and see the operating system. Delete the files, recode reality. Welcome to Recode Reality.
Welcome back, Recoders, and this is going to be not my very usual type of video. Why, you ask? Because the topic we are going to discuss today is pretty vast and needs a friend-to-friend type of conversation, not something out of topic, something that would be the reason I made this channel on YouTube. And I just want to help. Maybe when I see teenagers, I see my younger self. And even as some adults who have grown into their old beliefs, if they're listening to this, I want to help them out too. So, first things first, this video isn't scripted at all. And I just wanted to let it go with the flow and let my thoughts become words that maybe some of you might be able to understand and change your perspective on things. So, the topic that we will be discussing today is manifestation. You've heard the word a lot, especially in 2025. I don't know why every other person was be like, I can manifest this, I can manifest that. What is manifestation? Some people think it's vision boards. Some people think it's just writing affirmations or saying them robotically on repeat till your mind goes blank. And some people think it's imagining scenarios in your head and they will come true. Now, let me clear one thing for you. Manifestation is not doing, it's becoming. Now, let me elaborate a little bit on that. Okay, my first episode was about identity shifting, and it has a major connection with manifestation. You see, we as humans have been designed to manifest throughout our lives. Whatever religion you believe, or if you're not into any religion, it does not matter because this is literally our subconscious mind. I'm going to give you a shorter example. Look, when you go to bed, you know that the next day you are going to have said breakfast. The breakfast isn't made, but you know you will have it. Now, why do you not doubt that belief regarding breakfast? Because you just know it's easy. You're just going to get up and it's going to be served, or you're just going to make it yourself. But what if just how you add this to your other manifestations that seem out of the blue? What if the eggs are not in the fridge? What if you run out of bread? Or what if your stove just doesn't work? You see, there's this belief that is instilled in you regarding certain things and certain situations, and you just go with that belief throughout your life without ever observing it as a third person, and you just think that is you, and whatever you are manifesting is some magical stuff that will just happen and take your miserable life away from you. The only person that is making your life miserable is you. I'm so sorry, but that has to be said. Unless you change your identity and beliefs, you can never manifest anything. Now, we're going to take our examples to a little higher situation, maybe. Think about money. Everybody wants to get money, become rich. But why do we want to become rich exactly? Some might say they want to own designer bags. Some might say they want to travel the world, and some just want to spend on their family and loved ones. So, what feeling is money bringing to us? We want to experience that feeling, not the money as the material that is with us. That feeling is freedom, happiness, and being loved or appreciating others. So, it's simply not that hard to experience that feeling. You could literally handcraft a gift to somebody and feel that feeling. But now many of you are going to tell me, but that isn't equivalent to being rich. Again, that does not mean you cannot be rich if you are just using the alternatives to experience that feeling that you want to feel when you are rich. Now, I know I'm just going around on all the topics one by one, but it's all going to make sense in the end. So trust me on this one. Now, what does this have to do with manifesting? Manifesting is becoming that version of you that already has it. Now, many people argue on this as well. How do we become that version if we didn't experience it yet? Well, this is where your 4D and 3D comes. The 3D is your reality. It is running on all your old beliefs and what you've been taught your whole life to be true. And you never doubting that. And that is what makes your subconscious mind so sure that you are never worthy of more than that. And now, what is your 4D? Your 4D is your subconscious. Your subconscious is your thoughts, your beliefs, and what is the main source that gets you your 3D. So you might want to say, well, I have tried thinking positive thoughts and I've tried becoming good and all that. But how long did it last, really? Did your subconscious mind eventually take over? Or did it make you feel all too uncomfortable trying new things? And you have your answer. You need to train your subconscious to remove those old fears and beliefs just so you can, experience a newer reality. And a newer reality can only be experienced if you are the new version of yourself. Maybe this might be making sense to some of you. If it still isn't, we're still going to keep going. Now, let me ask you one thing. Maybe you want a new house or you want to travel somewhere. I'm not going to tell you to just put a suitcase outside your door pretending you are going to travel abroad, because that is only going to remind you that you are not yet. But what if you thought as the person who already has went abroad or who already is, the version they want to be? Here, I'm going to give you an example of my own self. I personally love vlogging, photography, and just, being consistent in my routine. And from that day, I decided I want to be a content creator, perhaps. And then I went on Instagram. I had my old account public and just started from there. And from then onwards, I thought of myself as a successful content creator. What would that version of me be doing? What would that version of me be experiencing? Or what would that version of me have learned in her journey or in his journey for content creation? You know? So here's my answer. I would have learned video editing. I would have known how digital marketing goes. I would have known a lot of other things, which I didn't at the moment. So, guess what I did? I embarked on this journey of becoming that version of me by simply doing the things I knew that version would be doing or would be acting as. So that's what I did. And now I consider myself a successful content creator and I have a long journey to go. But where I am right now, it's more than enough for me. I experienced it and I'm living my dream. Now, there were days when my reality would show up as my old beliefs, and my subconscious would want to crawl back into that corner and live comfortably, or what I thought was comfort. And I had to pull myself out of those days, rejecting what those beliefs were wanting me to believe in again. And I took a long time to finally make myself install new beliefs. And I have yet to do that for a lot of things and a lot of situations or versions of me that I want to become. And it is easier said than done. Now, many of you might be thinking, well, that seems pretty easy. Trust me, it is not. And why, you ask? Because it's you fighting the old identity that you were living all those years. And just making that identity vanish is not that simple and easy either. It is a whole battle that you have to fight against what you always believed would happen or would be true versus the new beliefs that you're trying to instill in your mind. And that is where these all sorts of techniques come into place. Many people say they like to affirm something. Many people like to visualize. Many people create vision boards. But the thing about all of this is to help your subconscious believe that what you are doing will come true. If you think that you're affirming something or scripting and writing about something that happened, and you are thinking that this thing is going to get me my desire, then you will always be in the state of still wanting and waiting for that thing to happen, for your manifestation to be true and fulfilled. You cannot put your faith into waiting for that thing to show up because you are already living as a version of you who already has it. So, here's my advice to people who like to do techniques and methods and then end up giving up and getting burnt out by all of that, consuming a lot of manifestation content, and saying all of this is just crap and nothing can happen for me. Trust me, it's because you are putting your faith into those techniques more than yourself. Those techniques are only tool guides to distract your subconscious mind from, going back to your old beliefs and identity. So if you think those techniques are not working for you, then you need to still check your subconscious and beliefs and what you're trying to get from those techniques. Personally, for me, I just use the law of assumption. I assume it till it happens. And in the process of assuming said thing, I also do not forget the version of me who I'm assuming to be. How would they react and do things? So I think I've covered most of the, you could say, thoughts and rumors regarding manifestation. And for you to actually realize what it actually is. And attracting anything towards you is pretty simple and easy till you realize how to shift into that specific timeline. And to shift into that specific timeline, you need to become that specific person. You get what I mean? I hope you guys are catching on to all of this, and by the end of the video, the whole concept of manifestation, techniques, and these laws is pretty simple and easy. I know the effort of mastering this isn't easy because obviously it's you versus you, but I know you'll get there. I do things one at a time. And trust me, it makes the whole process pretty simple. And one more thing, do not ever put this thought out there, oh, if I can manifest anything, why can't I fly? Why can't I do that or this? Look, you can only manifest what you think you are capable of, okay? So If you know how to fly, give it a try, I guess, because that literally is not human nature. So this is the concept that you need to go with. If you think you can be rich, then you definitely have the potential to earn a lot. And that takes you back to how you take every day as an opportunity to become rich and feel rich. With all of that said, I would like to give you guys a good, proud of you moment, because those who listened by the end of the video, I see potential in you and I am rooting for you. So trust me, you can literally manifest anything because you already have it in your 4D. You just need to make yourself believe you do and also become it. It's pretty simple. If you want something, be the one who has it, you know? So, with that, I would also like to add a few tips how you can make your subconscious believe said thing is yours. So, for example, our subconscious is pretty critical, and what you would like to say blunt or honest about our situation. If you think you're living in poverty and you want to become rich, your subconscious is going to laugh at you when you say or affirm something like, I'm rich, I live in luxury, I attract abundance, and everything. So, how can you make your subconscious mind work in your favor? You could be like, how easy is it to become abundant? And that is a question, and our brain loves questions. So it is going to give you the answer. It's going to give you tips and ways you could make it easy for yourself. You know, I like to do it this way, but you can always figure out more techniques. There's a lot of that out there and a lot of laws and everything. But remember, do not get stuck in using these things to get the desire, you know? You just use them to help make the process of getting it easier, you know, while living in that identity. And with that, I am going to end the video. I hope it was helpful and helped clear your concepts and beliefs. Till then, see you next time.